Yeah, thank you, thank you. So I'll just keep it short. I just can't wait for the sessions to start. I just give you a quick overview of the event in itself, and just a shift of what we are trying to show this today. Um, for the last 2 to 3 years, what has been happening is, roll-ups have been on the rise, especially in the Ethereum ecosystem. So what has been happening is, before that, there was this whole wave of alt L1s that were trying to provide alternatives to scaling. And the last 2 3 years have been all about the rise of rollups. So if you look at Arbitrum Optimism, but more recently Polygon ZK-EVM, Starkware, ZK Sync, Scroll, and a lot of smaller rollup teams are coming out of the wings, like this year. So we have Sovereign Labs, Paima, like Fluent, and bunch of other smaller roll-up teams that are coming up. And so essentially, what this event really aims for, and what we are seeing in the industry landscape is this rise of the roll-up. And that we feel is going to be the future, and that's what Avail is predicated on. Avail is essentially a layer that enables rollups on top. And it's a very data availability focused L1 that essentially provides this service to rollups. And we will talk more about Avail later, but just for some context, Avail was initiated by me and my fellow co-founder Prabal, who you can meet here, within Polygon in late 2020, and we spun out of Polygon in March this year, and now it's a separate entity. In general, we kind of try to work with all major roll-up players, including all the major L2s, but also these newer, more, flexible roll-ups ecosystems, including app roll-ups and such. So anyways, we will go through the agenda today. The focus is on roll-ups. The event is titled Battle of the L2s, but essentially there's this whole shift. Like each major L2 is now commoditizing the stack, open sourcing the stack. So Arbitrum has done that with Orbit. Polygon is doing it with CDK. Starkware has its Madara framework for that. The OP stack with Optimism. ZK Sync is doing hyper chains, for example. And so all these, what is happening is the rollup stack is being commoditized, and then this whole ecosystem of players forming around it. So there's certainly the base layer, of course, but there are rollup as a service providers who will take these rollup stacks and then run it. For example, there are bridging providers, there are infra providers who make hosting this easy. For example, there are abstraction frameworks, there are rollup stacks which make development easy, which make it, there are alternatives to EVM, for example, and so on, right? We have RISC-0 prominently coming into the scene with, custom state transition logics in the rollup, for example. So, we are seeing like a plethora of experimentation there, and that's what, this event is all about, going through all the rollup or L2 approaches, and hopefully by the end of the day, you'll have a more fairer understanding of how the entire ecosystem is, and especially if you're looking to kind of develop on these rollup stacks. A lot of these project founders will be here, and we are happy to make intros if you want to develop on these rollup stacks as well. So I'll just keep it short and wait for our first speaker to start the session. Thank you.